Yes, I'll deal with the devil for love like yours.
Not create Dr. Dope. Dr. Dope is his creation.
Okay.
But what I helped in maybe was getting the band together because David and I were playing in Gurgaon. And we had a band. It was called
Yeah.
Effect.
Effect, yeah.
Okay.
With a K.
With
I
the
don't
K.
know.
Hello and welcome to India Today NE. I am Ashmita and I'm here to celebrate World Music Day with one of the finest bands of Assam, Dr. D.o.p.e.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Declan's.
Oppenheimer's polyphonic experience.
So,
Because
so this is kind of a heck of a name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one
and
heck of
quite
a name.
intriguing.
yeah,
So-
Mostly this happens, like mostly people fumble.
over there.
I mean,
That's why
Yes,
we
and I'm
shortened it.
already fumbling
yeah,
before.
yeah,
Okay, so we have the lead vocalist here,
Yeah.
David Baker. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. How did you come across with one of the tongue twisters that you said?
No,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Obviously.
It must have a story, right?
Yeah,
So it has one.
it
Don't-
has a
don't-
story.
Don't tell
Yeah.
the truth.
We would want to know the truth
No,
because
no,
this is
I-
the exclusive interview. Like people are hearing you for the first time, like,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, true.
So please tell us the story.
So yeah, actually, there's this youngsters these days. They like having an expression called "Hey, that's dope."
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I always wanted my music, our music, to be that. Be relevant and present today. There is a lot of what would you say? Most of music has homogenized into one particular sound. That's why we get these genres. So I was thinking, I'm a mix.
Okay.
I'm half Assamese, I'm half English,
Okay.
so an Anglo-Assamese guy. My influences are totally Assamese. So I thought, why not?
And then you came up with this.
Yeah. So I wanted to say dope, but then it again has that association, very sad association with whatever.
Okay.
But so there has to be a backstory, I thought.
And a
To
sad association, like
In the
if
sense,
you are comfortable
when
to
you say
share.
dope, it's
Yeah.
like you talk about other things. No?
Okay.
It's a,
okay.
It's, a,
Hmm,
it's
hmm,
not.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah, it's a misunderstood thing. But the youngsters, they say, oh, that's like, hey, that's dope. It's a dope pizza, or a dope song. It's what I want it to be that kind of relevant.
So now, since we know the inception of the name, like Dr. D.o.p.e, so our viewers would want to know about your band members,
Yeah.
like, and their roles in the band. So please introduce each.
You guys go ahead.
Yes,
man.
yes. So,
Yeah.
so we have the lead guitarist.
Yeah. So I'm Parashar and I play the lead guitars and sometimes help with the lyrics.
Okay.
And mostly kind of the guy, how would I say it, yeah? About me being micromanaging the entire.
Honestly speaking, no, he's an arranger. He arranges everything.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So
he
we
arranges
need
the
someone,
music.
Like if we have a team of, all the talented people and then we need one person to,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
guy.
you don't know where it goes.
Correct,
like,
correct.
He's the arranger, okay. So which means he arranges everything. All right, he arranges
He
the
actually
music.
did. He also
So,
arranged
like
the
today's
interview
meeting,
itself.
if you
Yes,
remember,
yes,
so
yes.
even before coming, I would slightly say like be there at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, sharp. And then before leaving, reaching in 5 minutes, so that they know that, okay, the deal is real.
He was the first one to reach anyway, right?
Yeah. He makes sure, so that he can give us where we come in later on.
Yeah. I told you about that, right?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so that's me. And I also play the guitar. And over to you, Rishabh.
Hi, I'm Rishabh. I play the bass, and I'm a session musician. I've been doing music for the last 15 years mostly. So yeah, and I'm very bad at expressing myself. So I do most of the talking through my music. That's it. Or otherwise, I'm the silent man.
Okay.
Let me pass it to Priyanku.
Hi, I'm Priyanku. I play the drums. And being the youngest in the band, I can just chill back and relax because these guys take all the decisions and all. So I can just chill, play my drums and like follow them.
Okay. So about your latest song, Loving You, which recently got featured on Rolling Stone too.
Yeah.
So tell me, like, where did you get the, you know, inspiration from? So is he the man?
That's his
Like,
style.
you wrote the lyrics
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything? So
Kind
please,
of.
you tell us about the song.
I mean, the song was written in like 15 minutes or so. Okay, it's not like a song well thought out of. It's what actually came out at that point in time, and the song happened. And since I'm a guitarist, like there's a difference in songwriting. If you see, I'm a guitarist, so I'll compose my song using chords. It's like a lot of chords in one song. But if you check David Das song, it would be mostly four chords, and then he can create amazing melodies out of it. That's difficult for me. I can't do that. So if you look at my compositions, it'll have a lot of chords, lot of melodies, and I guess although I'm a guitarist, I like listening to songwriters. You know, it's not like a typical. I like Steve Vai, maybe I like Joe Satt and all the regular, hardcore guitarists and all. But mostly I'm into those songwriters like Bob Dylan, Neil Young, and stuff like that. I have my influences drawn from them. And that's why if you listen to that song, it sounds like it's being written by someone who's, maybe, I don't know, maybe if you're a guitarist, then the songs would be more riff based and there'd be a lot of solos and all. But in that song you'll see there are minimal influences, because my influences are not from guitarists per se. It's more from songwriters and more from people who compose songs. And yeah, that's pretty much the backstory.
constricted to, since you are like supposed to
Yeah.
play the guitar,
Yeah,
but
true.
you like to explore and do
Yes,
things,
yes.
so-
Well, I mean, I like to think about my music, not just let the hands do the playing.
Okay. So, like, most of you, like, all of you are from Assam, right?
Yeah.
So, Assam has this rich culture, right?
Yeah.
So, do you think, like, Assamese culture has an influence in your music? Because the last song that I heard was this one, Hiya Jolai.
Hiya, Jolai.
Yeah, has this, like, the melody
That's
kind
his
of,
song.
okay.
Yeah.
So that kind of reminded me of this Assamese,
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
I don't know that instrument because I'm not that much well
Yeah,
versed with the
Dutla
instrument.
type of sound.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
right. So would you like to, like, explain how did you come up
as
with
I was
this?
telling
Huh.
you, right?
Yeah.
Like earlier, as I was saying, I'm a mix of two cultures, right? But I'm homed. I've been homed here. My mother brought me up. You know?
Okay.
So, and the influences have always been Assamese. Everything since I was a kid, I've done everything everybody in Assam does. You know, that kind of thing. Brought up that way. Even listening to the music. So there was obviously there's Bhupen Hazarika, there's Jointa Hazarika, and then there are so many others. But you know, these are names of mention, and these are the influences in my life as well. And the other thing I was very influenced by is Gwalpara Luka Hongit, you know.
Okay.
Okay. Apart from which, I listen to the Western stuff everybody listens to. And I don't know what happened here. So it kind of like fused. Something happened, you know. It fused, and then I think the first song we did was Ohorio, no?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's the first song from the studios.
From the studios. Yeah. So that song, it was the beginning of that thing. Then Hiya Jolai came after that particular song. Now, with Hiya Jolai, it was like it's actually me talking about Assam in a way. Where it is
right.
Guwahati, where I grew up in.
Exactly. Like
This is Guwahati where I grew up in, you know. Like this.
the nuances of our
Yeah.
Right.
city, like having chai and
Yeah,
this
yeah.
thing,
Oh, you saw the
everything.
video and
Yes,
all that,
yes,
okay.
yes,
Yeah.
I did.
So it's a story about Guwahati, really. My feeling towards Guwahati. It's then if you know there's this verse, this wild river. It refers to the Brahmaputra,
Yeah.
which is equivalent to our lives. You know, as it flows, so does time does for us. You know, so that those kind of things, those kind of influences are there, and I always like that Assamese cadence to a song. You know. Da, 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 da. I love it. I just love it. I mean, if I could, I'd make all my songs like that. But then, you know,
But then we have like you
Yeah,
know,
we
the
need to-
youngsters coming in and saying, "Ki, okay, let's
yeah.
incorporate something else."
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we have to create new stuff, right?
Hmm.
Obviously, new stuff keeps coming. It's not just that we have that particular lilt to what we do. But nowadays, in fact, there are different kinds of influences. As you heard, I mean, he's working on some stuff, some film stuff and all that also.
Right.
And fantastic. If you've heard the color, the different colors that are getting into the music, you know,
Yes, yes.
I'm sure that's going to play in our band as well. One of these days, one of the songs you'll suddenly find something strange coming out. You know, some strange mix of influences coming out.
Okay.
So yeah, I suppose we'll always be, all of us, influenced by our what's here. And I'm trying to see how far I can open the door, you see. Most of us, we either root for one particular type of dogma versus another particular type of dogma. I'm hoping that it'll just
So you're basically
encompass.
saying ki music has, over time, it has changed, it has adopted,
Yeah,
you know,
especially
different
ours.
culture.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, music has always been such. It's always been a river. It's
Yeah.
never been a block of ice or something like that, you know, where it's separate. It's always flown into each other.
So, like, over time, you have seen the changes, you've witnessed how it has
Yeah.
gradually developed or
Yeah.
changed. So, how do you think, like, how are people, you know, perceiving music in Assam, like Assam to be?
Yeah, we have our.
Pres-
I realize that's a very. Thank you. I mean, that's a pretty nice question. Yeah, we are all influenced by our, obviously, that very energetic bihu. I like that. I like these Gwalpariya Luka Hongit, as I was saying.
Yes, yes.
Then I like Bhupen Hongit. I like Janta Hongit. And all of these, you know. So all of them have some cultural influence somewhere. They're mixing up. They're the masters of cultural mixing. You know?
Okay, yeah.
The musicians,
Yes,
I
yes.
believe so. You know.
So, they're constantly evolving.
Yeah,
you're
constantly
right.
evolving, and that I have seen even throughout my growing up, while playing music with other bands in earlier ages and all. I'm sure these guys also have done pretty much the same thing.
Like, are you guys on the same page? Do you guys feel the same?
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah.
And you know, we all have our own influences. All of
Yes,
us.
right.
We have these. He comes from a particular type of influence. I have this particular background of influence. He's one of the most versatile bassists I've seen. He's a chap who's got actually genres in different different types of music. You know what I'm saying? In Assamese also he's got his genres. He's got his rock genre, the folk genre, everything. In Western also he does the same thing. He's going jazz and whatnot. He's a real treasure for us. Yeah. And this is Priyanku. He comes obviously with his he's a new listener, new doer.
Okay.
His energy is there. Now he's getting all these old people influence. You know? He's getting the old people influence, and his playing has become. I listen to it. You know, his playing has become. It's really.
So
nice.
now that makes me curious. I want to know, like, how did you guys come together? Like I'm sure, like, you guys didn't know each other from a very long time. You must have, met
Over- yeah,
somewhere,
yeah.
right? Because, like,
Yeah, we can trace our history back to, I suppose,
Gurgaon.
6 years.
Yeah.
6 years, like,
6 or 7 years.
Just
yeah.
these two guys, yeah.
and then you guys came
Yeah.
later than, okay.
But actually-
So I
He's
want to know
the-
the story. Like,
he's
our
the-
viewers
he's the
want to know.
architect.
Huh?
He's the architect of this
Okay.
entire scene.
Okay.
Not
And
exactly.
till now you're managing everything. You're
Yeah,
the
he's
one who
arranging
even
everything.
created the band.
No, I did not create Dr. D.o.p.e. Dr. D.o.p.e. is his creation.
Okay.
But what I helped in maybe was getting the band together because David and I were playing in Gurgaon. And we had a band. It was called
Yeah.
Effect.
Effect, yeah.
Oh, okay.
With a K.
With
I
the
don't
K.
know. You need to get
It's
cheesy
supposed
before
to-
you get
it's
somewhere.
supposed to mean the Baker effect or something.
Something like that.
Yeah. So Effect, and then Effect finally evolved to Dr. D.o.p.e. And through some, fortunate circumstances, we all got together. And now we are kind of playing the music that we like to play.
Nice. Dr. Dope has some
Yeah.
upcoming projects. Like, are you guys planning on something? When are you going to release your next project?
Yeah. So all the songs that we earlier made was kind of composed here, and we had a format where we would play it live and then put a camera, record everything live, and then throw it out on Facebook and Instagram. And now we think that we should go to the studios and finally, being the lazy bums that we are, finally managed to release one EP. It's called Overture, and now we are planning to release the second EP and eventually a third EP. And these are all parts of songs. I mean, Overture, Refrain, and Coda. I mean, it's already planned. Everything is planned, so that's gonna come up. And we have a couple of videos coming up as well. So hopefully in the next few months you should be able to hear something from Dr. Dope, something exciting maybe,
Yeah, some of the other masterpieces that you're going to create.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Hopefully, huh?
Hopefully.
मुंह में घी शक्कर, huh?
No, you're going to treat me then, maybe. Yes, I'll take another interview. With technology advancing, right? So we have this AI thing coming in. So what are your thoughts about it?
Online, yeah, it might be a threat. Online.
Online, okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
think it's going to be because see, it's a threat for those chaps who are creating this synthetic music as well.
Yes.
Primarily because if those guys can create it, it's obviously every man jack can go around telling the AI, make me a song that sounds like this, and the AI will just make it for you. Yeah. And
So it will lack that human touch,
Yeah,
that
and
emotions,
it
that
will-
creativity. It will lack
Yeah,
that
yeah,
creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because these are statistical processes. No? These chaps, what this AI does, it's a statistical process. It's good. It's some sort of a crawling mechanism. Intelligent crawling mechanism goes through the internet and collects all these, and some intelligent, algorithmic intelligence fashion, they'll do something.
Yeah.
So what's to stop say a guy who's driving down the road and saying, "Oh, I'm seeing a white flower and a green tree. Why don't you make me a song about a white flower and a green tree while he's driving?" You see, the only thing that will become an online scene. People
Yeah,
will start
right.
selling those kind of services. In the sense, make your own lovely song in the style of, say, John Lennon, perhaps.
Okay.
So that's how it's going to become. Yeah. And I don't see that online sales will do anything, market-wise. Online sales will be anywhere. It's all going to go into AI. I think where the difference might be is if people actually want to see people sing live. So I think maybe it's a good thing for the live environment. I don't know. It's just
So
a
basically, do you
speculative-
think like it is completely based on the audience, what they want to hear? Like
Yeah. That's the only competition.
There will be a threat.
There'll be a
I
threat.
personally feel that there might be a threat because the other day I was checking out this interview of a gentleman called Rick Beato. Okay, he's a famous guy in YouTube and he conducts these interviews, and he was speaking about AI, and then he played some tracks which were like amazing. It's like unreal, and these are all AI produced.
Okay.
These are all AI produced, and then I checked it out myself, and I was able to write songs that I never imagined I could, because it's machine learning and it's improving over time. And eventually, using all those combinations, just like a computer can calculate faster than us, they are not intelligent. I mean, they are of course created by human, but they can calculate faster than us. Similarly, AI might be able to create music which might be better than an individual human being. It's a possibility that we might have to consider for the coming times. All right. And then Rick Beato said, what next? How do these musicians survive? So he suggested one format which is quite interesting. He said, okay, if you're good enough, then make a music on spot, go to a live concert, then compose a music on the spot, ask the audience for feedback. In a very offline way, we still do it. We do it, but then there will be AI. Like we have a kind of a gimmick thing during our shows. What we do is we ask lyrics for audience. We ask the audience for lyrics. All right, sorry. And then based on those lyrics, David will compose a song, and on the spot, we'll make a song. So that's like what? That's what AI would do in the future. And us as musicians should be able to jam along with them.
Yeah.
That's the format that he suggested. Like if you want to, survive in the live scene, in the music scene, going forward, that might be a format. So that's quite interesting. It's worth exploring too,
So we should not, like musicians should not be considering AI as a threat, but should actually
You
go
have to
at
live with
par
it. Yeah.
with it, but live
Yes,
with
yes.
it.
You have to
Yeah.
learn to,
Yes.
it's
Live
not,
with it. I will have to learn to utilize it.
it cannot be ignored,
Cannot be ignored.
It cannot
True.
be ignored.
Because
Alright.
it's something which is like adopted in every sector now.
It's there everywhere. It's there everywhere.
And there's no point in us saying down with AI, taking out flags. There's no point.
Yeah.
It's a future has arrived, and you swallow it, or you go.
And the earlier you do, the better.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot live in denial that, oh, it's AI, it's machine music, people will not like it, people still want human to play. But if you can create your own music, if you can make your own movies, then why not? Find a way around it rather than challenging it,
What is your message for the upcoming musicians? And this time I would want to hear
yeah.
from you guys too.
and Priyanko.
From Rishabh and
The silent
Priyanko.
souls.
You have to practice and work hard. That's it.
And beat AI? No, but...
Like he said, you have to live.
And you live with it. Okay. And what about you, Priyanko?
And before practicing, listen to music and explore different kinds of music. Don't get stuck in a single kind of music, dude. Like, that's the main thing. And obviously, I practice hard. That's the only thing you can do.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your valuable insight. So before we wind up, I would want you all to perform. ठीक है? Your fans would definitely want to see you performing. Yeah, in a setup like this.
We'll try our best.
Yes, you will. I know you will do great. So please go ahead.
Out of tune guitar. Yeah.
Go for it. I look at myself in the mirror sometimes. I look at myself and see the kind of man that I've become, the kind I don't want to be. And I'll deal with the devil for a love like yours. Yes, I'll deal with the devil for a love like yours. Da 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 da.
So here you heard Dr. D.o.p.e. Thank you so much for joining us.
I look at myself and see the kind of man that I've become, the kind I don't want to be. Yes, I'll deal with the devil for a love like yours. Yes, I'll deal